Geht sofort los, kleinen Moment noch. So, mal schauen, wie lange es jetzt hält mit der Internetverbindung. Nun dürfte es auch ein bisschen besser sein, mich zu hören. Aber fangen wir mal an. Jedenfalls willkommen zu einem neuen Stream. Diesmal hoffentlich ein bisschen länger als der vorherige. Gespielt wird natürlich Outer Worlds, kam erst vor kurzem raus. Mal ein bisschen antesten, wie es so ist. Spaziergang, normal, hart oder Albtraum. Entscheide dich für diesen Schwierigkeitsgrad, wenn dir die Story wichtiger ist als das Kämpfen ist. Im Schwierigkeitsspaziergang haben deine Gegner weniger Leben und verursachen weniger Schaden. Das ist der empfohlene Schwierigkeitsgrad für den ersten Spieldurchgang. Bleiben Leben und Schaden der Gegner unverändert? Ja, normal. Gesprächsuntertitel ein, Untertitel für Zwischenrufe ein, Untertitel für Zwischensequenzen ein. Kann man so lassen.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Je, Charaktererstellung. Stärke beeinflusst den Schaden von Nahkampfwaffen und eine maximale Traglast. Betroffene Fähigkeiten: Einheit Nahkampfwaffen, 2 Nahkampfwaffen, schwere Waffen, Blocken, Inspiration, Einschüchtern, 0% Nahkampfschaden, 80 Kilogramm Tragkapazität. Also 100 Kilo möchte ich nicht mit mir rumtragen. Geschicklichkeit beeinflusst das Angriffstempo von Nahkampfwaffen und die Nachladegeschwindigkeit von Fernkampfwaffen. Betroffene Fähigkeiten: Einheit Nahkampfwaffen, Handfeuerwaffen, Ausweichen, Blocken, Schleichen, Schlossklacken. Intelligenz beeinflusst den Bonusschaden von kritischen Treffern. Können wir mal ein bisschen wichtig sein. Wahrnehmung beeinflusst den Bonusschaden von Kopf- und Schwachstellentreffern. Naja, bei meiner Zielgenauigkeit erstmal den Kopf treffen. Charisma wirkt sich auf deinen Ruf bei Fraktionen und die Fähigkeit Ablehnzeiten deiner Begleiter aus. Überzeugen, Lügen, Einschüchtern, Hacken, Wissenschaft, Inspiration. Geisteshaltung verbessert deine natürliche Lebensregeneration. Das ist immer wichtig. Mit E geht's weiter. Nahkampfwaffen, Fernkampfwaffen. Was ist denn eine Langwaffe? Fernkampfwaffenfähigkeit. Mit der Fähigkeit Langwaffen kannst du präziser zielen, wenn du mit langen Feuerwaffen umgehst. Außerdem erhöht sich dadurch auch deine kritische Trefferwahrscheinlichkeit mit diesen Waffen. Gewehre und sowas vielleicht? Ausweichen und blocken. Das ist ja nicht Wissenschaft. Mit der Fähigkeit Wissenschaft verursachst du mit Plasma- und Schockwaffen mehr Schaden. Da ist die besonderen Effekte von Wissenschaftswaffen. Außerdem kannst du mit einem höheren Wissenschaftswert an der Werkbank an jeder Waffe oder Rüstung herumtüfteln und ihre Stärke verbessern.
At last, a kindred spirit.
Mit der Fähigkeit Inspiration verursachen dann Begleiter mehr Schaden. Durch die Fähigkeit Entschlossenheit erhöhst du das maximale Leben deiner Begleiter. Ne, ich gehe glaube ich lieber auf Verteidigung. Begabung, keine erkennbare Befähigung. Getränkebereitstellungstechniker. Das ist so ein Wort um diese Uhrzeit. Baubetrieb, Elektrikerklasse, Drahtwicklerin. Bäuerin, Erdaufbereiterin. Ich wusste gar nicht, dass ich weiblich bin. Zusatzstofftesterin. Ich wusste echt nicht, dass ich weiblich bin, aber naja, gut. Wahrscheinlich ist es auch ein weiblicher Charakter. Glockenbus 1, Getränkeffektdauer. Aha. Entschlossenheit, Blocken, Überzeugen, Schockschaden, Technik. Ausweichen, Endstrahlwaffen, Medizin. Medizin ist immer gut.
Junior Grade. Oh, Morphine Dispenser.
Geschlecht weiblich, Geschlecht männlich. Ich hab's nicht so sehr mit Charaktererstellungen. Name. Zusammenfassung: Stärke gut, Geschicklichkeit gut, Intelligenz gut, Wahrnehmung durchschnittlich, Charisma gut, Geisteshaltung hoch. Ah gut, Lebensregeneration eben. Ja, sollte so reichen.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend. Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Status: structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down to 90%. Skip drive is
Shit.
inoperable.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck!
Dass bei dem irgendwie die Schalter immer blockiert sind.
Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site.
Ein Jupp
He's to
schaut
be
mal
your,
zu. Und das um
chauffeur,
diese
so to
Uhrzeit
speak.
noch.
Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. I'm all the colonists are counting
Und
on
bist
you.
jetzt zufrieden, dass du meine Stimme hörst?
You've landed. Good. Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than
Endlich
the
mal
board,
selbst spielen,
huh?
ohne diese Zwischensequenzen.
Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go.
Hindernisparcours.
Easy now. You've been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, law, that stings.
Medizin 5 halt still, ich flick dich wieder zusammen.
Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's choice doesn't like us accepting outside help. Better, thanks to you. I might have bled out on my own. Or worse, had to go begging the boss for some Adrena time. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with those canisters. Gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hullhead grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh? Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Yes, nailed it that time.
Lass dir mir was zum Plündern, es leuchtet.
Damn it, my ears! Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the hell? This...
Muss ich diesen Namen da wirklich durchlesen oder vorlesen? Aufgrund von Komplikationen nach einer über die empfohlene Dauer hinausgehenden Kyrostase verarbeitet ein Gehirn Zeit anders als andere. Mit der Taste taktische Zeit, sonst was, TZD, verlangsamst du die Welt. So kannst du nachladen, aber auch handeln. Deine Zeit in diesem Modus ist begrenzt. Stillstehen leert die TZD-Anzeige sehr langsam, während Bewegungen und Angriffe sich schneller verbrauchen. Die TZD-Anzeige fühlt sich mit der Zeit wieder auf. Mit der Taste Q kann ich das aktivieren. Erinnert so ein bisschen an diesen Modus, da den man bei den Max Payne Filmen hatten oder bei den Max Payne Spielen hatten. Lauf da nicht so schnell weg, ich bin ein alter Mann. Ich hätte ja einfach auf diese Dinger da schießen können. Hacken und Schlossplatten. Deine Fähigkeiten im Hacken und Schlossplatten helfen dir, an Orte zu gelangen, an denen du nicht sein solltest. Mit Mac Dietrichen kannst du Schlösser öffnen und Überbrückungskontakte können dir die Herrschaft über verschlüsselte Computersysteme einbringen. Wenn deine Fähigkeit gut ist, die Sicherheitsmaßnahmen zu überlisten, erfährst du, wie viele Mac Dietriche oder Kontakte es braucht und wie lange es dauern wird. Je höher deine Fertigkeit, desto weniger Gegenstände werden verbraucht und desto schneller bist du am Ziel. Also 9 Dietriche und 3 Überbrückungskabel, wie es aussieht. Haben wir aber leider keins mehr hier.
Hey! Get over here before you get yourself killed!
Talk to the lieutenant. She's certified in customer service.
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Call on that rung leech. Landing in a Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. Really? How is he? Shouldn't have done that. Spacer's Choice family ain't authorized to receive medical aid from off-brand physicians. We'll see him back to Edgewater, just as soon as I cross these marauders off with the swift, cost-efficient fury that's made Spacer's Choice the most trusted brand in personal defense. I just, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs some. Seriously? But those marauders will... Ugh. You know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report. Then it's gonna be fucking laminated.
Here we go. I'm gonna get in their face!
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Smile for my surveillance device, Marauder. I am tracking your every move.
Ich soll ja mal grinsen. Ne, lass mal.
Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the authorities. Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogator of this vessel. Please be informed that I am authorized to use violent retribution against unwanted solicitors. Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so will result in your immediate destruction. I detect an elevated heart rate, indicating dishonesty. Please prepare yourself for lethal deterrence. Jettison procedures initiated. Disengage in airlocks. Prepare to eject all boarded parties in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to express disappointment. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I understand. I will require some time to process this information. Thank you for your patience and for your honesty. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand?
Mal ganz ehrlich, bei so einem Gesicht, vor allem bei der Farbe, ist halt Halloween gewesen.
Well done, Captain Hawthorne. I see your powers of deductive reasoning remain intact. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand? Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
Verfügbare Punkte 10. Grad 1, du bist seit dieser Stasis gesünder geworden. Schade, mehr kann man nicht auswählen.
These surveillance devices allow me to monitor you constantly. Please ignore them.
Möchtest du an dem Wächtersäbel tüfteln? Das wird 50 Bits kosten. Aha, erhöht sogar den Schaden ein bisschen. Mehr darf ich nicht. Aber zerlegen darf ich. Da musst du sehen davon, dass ich gerade eine Rüstung habe. Fähigkeitsbonus technisch, Fähigkeit plus 5. Tanzfähigkeit plus 5. Nahkampfwaffenfähigkeit plus 5. Sieht ein bisschen komisch aus, aber naja. Das sollte mal ein Schiff werden. Irgendwann.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. I'm afraid we gotta dock your pay. Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry. I had no idea we had an inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Ja, sieht ganz so aus, als ob das mal mein Schiff wird später. Da guckt man einmal auf das Handy und wird von Gegnern überrascht.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's marauder territory, friend. Your pod? What are you on about? You take a bruise to the cranium? Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls and low prices. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer? Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see. Four workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. Fancy threads. That some kind of hibernation suit? Yeah?
Fängt ja gut an. Sind das alles so ein bisschen an Fallout? Mit den ganzen Nebenquests und sowas. Außer, dass man hier vielleicht eine Siedlung erbauen kann. Wie erkennt man auf der Karte irgendwelche Nebenquests? Ich sehe zwar Kreise da oben, aber nein. Hätte vielleicht doch mal nach einem Weg fragen sollen, wenn man die Leute findet. Wobei, könnte das da vielleicht eine sein? Na gut, durch das Overlay sieht man das ja da oben nicht. Aber hier soll angeblich irgendwo was sein. Gemischtwarenladen.
Wonder if the plague's ever gonna pass.
Ja, das erinnert sehr an Fallout.
The grease monkey, Argo? Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way. The geothermal plant was built by our owners, Spacer's Choice. Lit up the whole Vale once upon a time. Most of the Vale is now abandoned. All that power is going to waste. I'm afraid I can't spare the workers. We're strapped for bodies as it is. And there is a small element of personal danger. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Du hast einen Begleiter gefunden. Das sind Charaktere, die dir auf deinen Abenteuern beistehen und viele Arten helfen können. Begleiter geben Feuerschutz im Gefecht. Ihre Fähigkeiten verbessern deine Fertigkeiten. Sie erhöhen deine Tragekapazität. Mit der Fertigkeit Inspiration kannst du spezielle Begleiter-Kampffähigkeiten freischalten. Erfahre mehr über deine Begleiter im Register Begleiter. Verbrauchsgegenstände, Modifikation, allgemein, Aufträge. Das Begleiterregister. Den kann ich sogar Rüstung und sowas geben. Interessant. Also Rüstung, Waffen und so weiter. Aber haben sie ja momentan. Generierte Bedrohung. Können die dann zu einer Art Tank ausschalten? Entfernung Mittel, Waffe gemischt, Modus aggressiv. Passiv greift nur auf expliziten Befehl Gegner an. Defensiv greift nach einmaligen Befehl weitere Gegner an, bis der Kampf vorüber ist. Aggressivste Begleiter attackiert nach eigenem Ermessen Gegner, sobald der Spieler einen Kampf beginnt. Greift primär mit der Nahkampfwaffe an, wechselt zwischen Nah- und Fernkampfwaffen basierend auf der Entfernung zum Gegner. Nah bleibt nah beim Spieler, folgt in moderater Entfernung, folgt mit größerem Abstand. Kann man da erstmal so lassen. Stufe 2, 430 Leben. Auch kann man das erstmal so lassen. Schreib mich nicht so.
We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
Gibt's irgendwelche Geheimnisse?
Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse. It don't seem right to me, mister. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. The mission's on the east side of town. You can't miss it, on account of it being the only clean thing. Thanks, mister. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it. That's what my dad used to say anyways.
Das ist Westen, das ist Osten. Gehen wir doch mal den Herren einen Besuch abstatten. Ich glaube, es sollte vielleicht doch mal ein bisschen näher ranstehen.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders.
Bei Kisten denkt man immer, man könnte sie aufheben.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
But what? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. The marauders I met when I ventured outside the walls might agree with you. Bastards snuck up on me while I was dutifully hunting for a banned book in a collector's library. Barely escaped with my life. But you see, one of the reasons I transferred here was to get my hands on that heretical text. If you managed to acquire it for me, I'd pay quite a handsome sum for the book. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
Und da ist das Spiel abgeschmiert. Naja, auch nicht schlimm. Passiert halt, Hauptsache der Stream hat gut durchgehalten. Wenn es so jetzt immer weiterlaufen würde, wäre es in Ordnung. Jedenfalls, wie lange hat er durchgehalten? 51 Minuten, ja, das ist schon mal eine bessere Zeit als sonst. Naja, da das Spiel abgeschmiert ist und ich langsam mal schlafen gehen muss um 1:20 Uhr. Vielleicht kommt ja morgen früh nochmal ein Stream, bis 19 Uhr so, mal gucken. Jedenfalls, danke fürs Zuschauen und bis zum nächsten Mal.